Welcome to the TMZ podcast. I'm Branson Quirk.
And I'm Michael Babcock.
This is the OG TMZ afternoon edition team, right?
Man, I'm happy to be back.
See, the reason we have,
great.
we fluctuate between people because there's days where we have to do it earlier.
Yeah.
There's days we have to do it later. You know, everyone's busy. You have a sports show.
Yeah.
Dude, you're on FS1 every night.
Thanks, Branson. Yeah.
This guy, I drove by the Angel Stadium not long ago, and I drove by a bar, and I saw your face.
Did you really?
It's like, wow.
Wow.
It's on, you hear that a lot.
Right, because it airs later in the night, and a lot of times, it's on as people are out at bars. So yeah, I get a lot of photos of like me and the TV and the in the bar.
No, that is so sick, man. I mean, that guy just had a granola bar in the kitchen. That's awesome. Well, we're not here to talk about granola bars and such.
No.
We're here to talk about Ray J, who this is a big deal because Ray J is now countersuing Kim Kardashian and Kris Jenner. If you don't know anything about this story, we all know the sex tape had leaked, distributed by Vivid Entertainment back in 2007. Kim Kardashian sued, filed a lawsuit for that leak of the sex tape, and that's all that it's ever been since then. Right.
Since the release of that tape, there has been fighting back and forth, accusations made, everyone pointing the finger at everybody else about how this thing actually was released. We know it made them both incredibly famous. A lot of people say that's where Kim Kardashian, this massive celebrity, that's where her career started. So, but nobody has ever fessed up to being the one behind it.
Right, exactly. And Ray J is now accusing everybody of this whole being essentially a sting operation. Not a sting operation, but everyone was involved in the distribution of this. So,
including Kris, right?
Including Kris, including Kim, and including himself too. Right. Everybody was paid for this thing to be released back then. So Ray J is accusing Kim Kardashian and Kris Jenner of lying under oath in their recent declarations, denying any involvement in the release of the infamous sex tape. He tells TMZ that they, quote, completely lied about everything in their sworn statements. And Ray J calls allegedly lying to the world the, quote, worst thing you could do, as if he's never lied before. I mean, that's kind of a funny thing to say. But he claims that he sat in a room with Kim Kardashian, Kris Jenner, and executives from Vivid Entertainment, the sex tapes distributor, and Vivid is still maintaining that it had obtained the tape from a third party. Right. So...
yeah, I mean,
really just finger pointing right now.
Right. Still, I mean, Ray J literally says that they all sat there together and they talked about releasing these tapes. In fact, Branson, Ray J says that they shot 3 sex tapes.
Wow.
Yeah, 2 of them he claims were shot in Cabo, and 1 of them was shot in Santa Barbara. And basically, he says that Kris Jenner was almost directing it, like make this dirtier, do this, do that. As Kim Kardashian's mom, which is kind of mind-blowing to think of that.
And they were paid for this, he alleges. So he alleges that he and Kim were each paid $400,000. Like you said, 2 filmed in Cabo, 1 filmed in Santa Barbara. I was 7 years old when this whole thing happened.
Yeah. Are you about to get me to admit to watching the sex tape?
I didn't even know it existed. I still didn't know it until I started working here at TMZ. I'm going to be honest with you.
No, if you're a kid when it comes out, of course. Why would you? It would be weird if you didn't know.
SpongeBob.
Right, exactly. But I was gonna say it was a big thing. No pun intended.
Well, how old were you?
What year was this?
2007.
Oh, you're gonna make me age myself here.
Just high school for you?
No, well above
college.
24.
After college.
I was 24 in 2007. Yeah.
2007. Okay.
I'm 40.
Hey, you were around for the rise of like YouTube and Google and all the.
Yeah, I had a page. I didn't have a cell phone as a kid. I had a pager.
Best time of your life, though, right?
I'm telling you, I miss those days. Honestly, I really do. But yeah, this was a really big thing. I think in many ways put Kim Kardashian on the map. I will say this: bottom line. If a sex tape was released without the consent of both people in it, you can imagine the lawsuits and the potential damages there. So I think that if you read between the lines, I think that probably speaks volumes.
Yeah.
In that has not really happened.
Yeah. And the fact that she told them allegedly to make it dirtier.
Right.
This whole thing, that's her mother.
Her mom.
Right,
watching that.
Directing this. But here's the thing with Ray J is that Ray J has said some outrageous things over the last few years.
Yep.
Recently, he came out and said that his heart is essentially shot and he's going to be dying in the next year or two.
Yeah.
I don't know what's true anymore. Right. That's the thing.
I think Ray J is hurt because of that, Branson, because I think a lot of people don't many times take what he says seriously.
Yeah.
And then when there is something serious, like he says this is, and then people are kind of like, oh yeah, here's Ray J being Ray J again.
So his motivation, that's all that's behind this, he's saying, is that it all centers on his children, saying that they don't deserve to grow up thinking their dad did something like revenge porn or hurt someone on purpose. That's not the truth, and I'm not going to let that narrative follow them throughout their lives. So he's starting to think about family and reputation here. A lot of people don't think about reputation.
No, I get it. And maybe you make a decision as a kid, Branson, or not a kid, but a younger person, and Kim and Ray J were young when they shot this thing. Yeah. And now things are different, right? You've got family, you got wife, you got, it's like things change. And I get where this could be awkward. That tape isn't going to exist forever.
Okay. That's the biggest one, right? That's the most famous tape that's ever been released. Right. But then think about 10 years from now.
Right.
10 years from now, all that's going on here, that everyone has an OnlyFans nowadays.
You're right. I thought you were about to ask me for my sex tape, celebrity sex tape power ranking. That's why I started saying Kim Kardashian. That's why I started saying Pamela Anderson. No, but you're right though. Things are so different now, right? It seems like everyone out there's got an OnlyFans.
But that's the problem, is that 10 years from now, this is going to be a serious issue because there's going to be a lot of legal problems. People are going to want stuff taken off the internet.
Right. Good luck.
They can't find jobs because they did this when they were younger and prettier, not pretty anymore. They're going to be like, I can't get a job as a teacher. This and that.
Right. I get the money's good, but
imagine I can't even imagine being a kid of some of these people.
No, I've thought about that a lot. Right. Oh, can you imagine? You know how kids can be cruel to one another, and how much you could see a kid getting bullied. Like, I saw what your mom did. So yeah,
I'm on the side of, if you just no, I'm not even gonna say it. Actually, I'm gonna say it. I'm on the side. This is my opinion. My opinion.
Yeah.
If you decide to do this, then you have struck the consequences of that situation.
I don't disagree.
And I think, in my opinion, you shouldn't have a kid.
Right.
Just being real.
No,
that's all I'm going to say. I don't think that people
it can be really tough on a kid, and
it's psychologically trauma,
right. And once it's done, it's done. You can't unring that bell. Like, the video's out there, you're not getting it down from the.
But then again, Kim K, the original belief, and before this lawsuit, she claims that it was leaked without her permission.
Right.
Right, and she filed a lawsuit.
Right, now that would be horrible, and if Kim is telling the truth, Branson, that is awful, and that should not happen to anybody. In my mind.
This is really easy to prove, in my opinion. Right? It's a paper trail a mile long.
Right, exactly. There's contracts signed, right?
Contracts, NDAs.
Right. Vivid was a series, Vivid was a big company. They had released a bunch of sex tapes before. Like, they were the people before OnlyFans existed and all that. They were the people in this industry. So,
well, I imagine there's probably an NDA that was signed by Ray J himself, saying you cannot reveal this later on and prosecute against Vivid Entertainment. Right. And now he's doing that. Yeah. So Lord knows what could happen to him legally. I mean, there's probably a paper trail, but it's not good for him as well.
Probably not.
I don't know.
This is a fight that is nowhere near over. They are just back and forth with this sex tape.
Well, hopefully we get to the bottom of it. Moving on to a story I was pretty passionate about yesterday. It's weird. I went out to lunch yesterday and drove to get Jersey Mike's.
Right.
And I drove by the coastline there over here, and I look and I go, wow, we could get attacked by Iran.
Right? Yeah, that was the story yesterday.
That California could be attacked. It was all over the world. It was a huge news story.
Right. If you've seen any of the footage from the war, Iran uses these one-way attack drones, and there was a report that there was this apparent threat that they would use a boat and kind of park it off the coast of California, and that they could send attack drones into California.
So your initial reaction to that yesterday? I thought, no way that can happen.
Right.
No way that's going to happen. Iran is bluffing.
Right. I thought the same.
But then now, after this whole big news story for 24 hours, Caroline Levitt, is it Caroline or Caroline?
Caroline Levitt.
Caroline Levitt. Yep. So she has come out and essentially just said, how dare they release this story? Because it's a nothing burger. I'm just going to read her statement. We'll put it up on the screen for you. She put on X, this post and story should be immediately retracted by ABC News for providing false information to intentionally alarm the American people. They wrote this based on one email that was sent to local law enforcement in California about a single unverified tip. The email even states the tip was based on unverified intelligence, yet ABC News left out this critical fact in their story. Capital Y. To be clear, no such threat from Iran to our homeland exists, and it never did. I believe.
Wow. No, so do I.
I believe
and
her.
There is, I think, a big distinction to be made there. It's not. They didn't have intelligence, the U.S. government did, that there was some imminent threat, that this was something that they apparently was referenced in one communication. That is a big difference.
I believe, and I always say some news organizations can be biased, right?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah. Oh,
right?
Sure.
I mean,
For
come on.
sure.
Now.
Come on,
NBC, ABC,
Right.
whatever it is. They lean left.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
let's talk through this. Let's talk through the motivation as to why this would be posted by a liberal news agency.
Right.
Why?
Well, I think one, panic gets people to click. Everyone was talking about this yesterday. I mean, I'm getting texts from my mom. Like,
it also makes the government look bad. Yeah.
Right, exactly. And I think you then have people who say, okay, do I support what we're doing in Iran or not? And if you're scared that you're going to, have a drone that drives through your front window, then maybe you're not behind the war anymore.
Exactly.
Right? So I think it's twofold, and it gets you clicks, which ABC wants. That's what all news organizations want, but it's got to be accurate.
An unverified tip.
Right.
We get tips here all the time.
Right. Crazy crap sometimes.
Yeah.
You got to run it down.
The ABC, they didn't respond to this, did they?
Not that I have seen, at least not as we're sitting here talking now. Taking down the story. I don't think that's going to happen.
What's your first move if a drone came into California? Where do you go?
What if you're... If
you're in the line of fire,
what do you do? Man, you know what? I kind of live close to the coast too, so I was a little worried.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. How do you protect yourself?
Exactly.
Right? You can see people saying, "I'm not going to go to, big gatherings. Nothing. I'm not going to go to a sporting event."
Right.
And that sucks.
Right.
You have to live like that.
Right. I mean, there's some big things coming up, like Russell. I mean,
yeah.
Whenever these things happen, I'm afraid to go to big events.
Yeah. No. Rightfully so.
Like WrestleMania is coming up next month, and in last year in Vegas, I don't know if you saw the footage of fans on the strip after trying to get through after, and it was just ridiculous.
Right.
Like the biggest crowd you could ever be in. So for me, I'm going to stay in my seat until the very end of the night, and then leave on my own volition.
Right. We know those events are targets.
It scares me, man. Like you never know what's going to happen these days. And Iran's claiming that they have sleeper cells across the country.
Right.
Trump says we know where they are. Hopefully we do, but I mean, even the one person,
it's all it takes.
The difference.
It's all it takes.
Right.
Scary stuff.
So, I mean, I'm glad this is not true.
Right. So, that's the takeaway here, I think, is a positive one in that we are not at risk, we hope.
My buddy lives in San Francisco. He has a view of the Golden Gate Bridge. He's on the sand, essentially. And he was scared, man. He was like... They were saying Golden Gate Bridge could be a target right there off the port. You know what I mean?
There.
And they were saying Mexican cartels, too, might work with Iran to launch drones into the U.S., which is possible because of what we just did to them as well.
There's a renewed war on the cartels from the Trump administration. So, it's a perilous time right now.
And I'm just going to stick to watching TV on my couch.
That's where
you know what I mean? Stay safe, everybody.
I think that's a good idea.
Moving on to our final story. We both really agree on this one as well.
Yeah.
Chappell Roan needs to shut her mouth, huh?
She doesn't seem to like being famous. I don't get it.
She doesn't.
I don't get it with her. She likes to complain a lot.
So Boy George, he did an interview, and this was brought up. He brought up the situation where Chappell Roan, there was a viral confrontation with paparazzi where she got out of a car going to dinner, and she started filming all of them.
Yeah.
We can't play the video because it's a copyright video, but she did say things like, "This is my life. I'm trying to go to dinner. They're following me. They're harassing me." I'm like, girl, you're going to a high-profile dinner spot to eat.
Right.
They're not at your house.
Right.
And you're freaking out in clown makeup.
I don't know how it goes in Paris, Branson, but I do know how LA works. And, the idea that there's all these paparazzi all over Los Angeles, it's not the case. There's like 5 restaurants that have got paparazzi outside. So if you see a celebrity at those places, then they want it to be seen.
Yeah.
I don't condone any, and TMZ doesn't do this, chasing people. It's dangerous. We've seen what can happen when paparazzi acts like that. But it's like, I don't get it with her. Go get a regular job. Go work at H&R Block if you want. You know what I mean? Like go work at a restaurant if you don't want to be famous. Like you've got this international fame. She's done so well for herself, but she just seems to hate it.
So you're saying she should have put an application in at the restaurant?
Right. Go work there, and then no paparazzi will follow you.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
promise. Nobody will give.
It'll fade.
No one gives a crap then.
It'll stop making music. It'll fade. You know what I mean? And here's the thing: she had been making music for years before this.
Right.
I have no idea how she blew up overnight.
I know.
I have theories about the plants in the music industry.
Right. Yeah.
And I think she's one of them. Bam! Overnight, she was famous, right?
She was
out of nowhere.
Overnight.
You know what I mean? Like, a sign what kind of devil soul is
She
going on
was.
there.
Right.
So here's the deal. So Boy George is essentially giving her some thinking points, saying, seeing the video reminded him of his own past blowups with paparazzi before learning the real trick is owning the fame game. While acknowledging that intense media attention can be irritating, he pointed out that there is a downside of fading fame. Being ignored and labeled an older has-been can be just as frustrating. His core message was enjoy the attention while it's happening because it doesn't last forever. That's the thing here.
You know, I a few weeks ago I did something with Shaquille O'Neal in LA, and he is so right. He's so recognizable, obviously, and he can't hide because he's just a giant.
Yeah.
Branson, we pulled over somewhere on Melrose Place, and he was swarmed with people. He was so nice to every single person, autographs, pictures, whatever they wanted. No complaining at all. And then when we got back in his car and we were driving back to where we were going, he didn't say anything negative, no complaining. Oh, I had to take all those pictures. Like, it's a blessing. And you know, they get millions and millions of dollars because of it. They get to do the most awesome things. Sure, is it annoying sometimes? Yeah, but you just deal with it because the benefits far outweigh the annoyances.
And I saw the video of you with Shaq and everything. And the fact that he engages every single fan the same way. When he came in the office, he talked to everybody, made sure to give a handshake to everybody. So
that's so cool.
So I think it's the difference between grateful and ungrateful.
Right.
She is not grateful for her career. She's a sad, depressed person that wears clown makeup. Like, let's be real. I'll be real. I like her songs. I'm going to say that right now. I like her songs. What's that song, The Subway? Have you heard The Subway?
I don't know the name of it. But...
She's got it.
Okay, yeah.
It's a good song. You know, I like her songs. But then once this all started happening...
It made you not like her.
The thing is, I still listen to her music because I like the music.
Yeah.
But you need to go to therapy, girl. Stop jester maxing. That's jester maxing, in my opinion. Caring too much. You gotta stop caring. Just let.
I didn't even know that word. I'm learning a lot here.
Yeah. On the afternoon pod, we take it a step further.
Right.
You always
jester max. What is it?
Jester maxing.
Jester maxing.
Jester maxing is when your cortisol level spikes.
Yeah. Okay.
And things start to get a little bit, hazy, and you start to care too much. You have to really just keep it real low. You know what I mean? Stop jester maxing. That word will get you far in the circle.
Wait, let me write that down.
Write that down.
Jester maxing.
Again, love her music. I think it's good.
You can separate it, right?
I can separate music.
Yeah.
Only thing is, I can't separate R. Kelly's music.
No, some things.
Unfortunately, I just can't do that.
Some things go too far.
Yeah, just depends on what they do.
Right.
But okay, well, this was fun. Oh, we have comments.
Yeah.
Do we have comments, Tony? No comments today?
Are
they upset at us? Well, if you're upset at us, just calm down.
Right. Right? Don't jester max.
Don't jester max. If you are complaining, your cortisol level is literally probably past level 4. All right. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you then.
See you tomorrow.